insurance person.
No, no.
Oh, that was your
He's
father. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, so that was my only other regret. I should have had a stayed in as an agent rather than getting into management. And I ended up as New Zealand broker manager for a big insurance company. But my renewals would have been a lot, would have been huge.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But uh, but hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So how are things with you?
Oh, Mark, yeah, sorry, we were just talking about with Marcus. I mean, yeah, no, all good, all good. I'll give you
Yeah.
a quick background. Yeah, basically, I've retired for about 4 years. I was in the insurance business, as Marcus and I were talking about, and I sold the business 4 years ago, and that was a bit of a regret because it had a real nice passive income. But I sold it because the law had changed, or I had to go back to school. And I'm 71, by the way, now, but I was 60.
But
Yeah.
Des, you speak so fast. I can get about 80% of what you're saying.
Oh, okay. That must be the New Zealand thing.
It is.
Yeah, I'll try and slow down.
And English is my second language, so sometimes some accent I don't pick as quickly. But anyway, if you could just slow down a little
Yeah,
bit,
slow down a bit. Yeah, sorry.
I don't want to
Uh,
miss anything.
yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I sold the insurance business for a lump sum, and
Okay.
the last 4 years I haven't been doing a lot. Obviously, living off my the income from the lump sum. But I was just saying to Marcus, what I have noticed, it suddenly dawned on me, hey, if I live to 85 or 90, that lump sum's gone. So
Yeah.
So I've got to find another way,
Okay.
earn income. So basically, yeah, that's where I'm at. Um, and yeah, look, I've been a dabbled in network marketing really for the last, I don't know, 12 years, I guess, 13 years.
Okay.
Haven't been very successful, I've got to say. I put people on and they've fallen off, and I've chased the shiny object syndrome and been with a few companies. And I was just saying to Mark, on reflection, had I just stayed with one, I most probably would have done all right. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
the part. But I love the concept because I've had passive income all my life up to 4 years ago.
Okay.
So I love the model, so I'm keen to look at something where I can, yeah, but even 1,000 a month is all going to help for those extra trips and things like that.
Yes. It's a yes, we usually join because we want the income and we want the time freedom. But what we find in the process is the community, the fun, the the feeling of helping other people, both with the products but with the business as well. I mean, it's a very rewarding business on many aspects. Now, I'm not selling you on this because you already know and you're sold on it, but truly that's what I've experienced. And I don't know how, our life would be if we didn't, had not had the success we've had. It would be a pretty routine kind of a life. But here, I mean, we just go on these adventures, we meet people, we have fun, we see them grow. I mean, it's just very, very rewarding. Anyway, just wanted to add that.
Right. No, it's cool. It's cool.
And you're
So,
also a big inspiration, Stefan, that you're still here. I mean, I don't know anyone that would still be excited about this business after losing 400,000 people.
Yeah, I know.
really,
Yeah, I mean, we built big teams. Like we got to over 100,000 people, and then we brought in a company in Indonesia that had 400,000 brand partners, distributors, and so we brought them over. But that was during COVID, and then also the merge with New Age, and so there's been like a lot of things that happened that I mean, we had that whole downline place below us, the volume, the teams. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it was just insane. But then the deal like broke. It just didn't work out well after like several months. And so they decided to part away. and so the downline like just vanished. So we lost 400,000 people.
And you're
And
still smiling.
yeah, well,
That's
now
not.
now I laugh, but there was a time where it was, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, you got 500,000 people on your team.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad to have 100,000, but when you lose 80%, I mean, that does something. So
Yeah.
anyway, but that's the past. Yes, we've been through that. We've been through different things, but I believe that you're right, just with the idea that if you stick with one company long term, it to me it's like the S&P 500, right? If you trade, you get out, you come back, you go out, you come back, and then you try to predict the market. You're not going to make as much money as if you stay in it. Hey, you know what? That's a great post. I should do a post about this.
Yes.
But you know what? I went to ChatGPT because I found this chart. I can't remember the name, but it's a chart with, you see the lines, the guy, like back in, I think 1800s, something like that. He created this chart and he shows the market, like when the market goes up, when the market goes down, and there's cycles, like a couple number of years versus at the bottom, a couple number of years, like there's a pattern that he was able to predict. And if you look at the Great Recession, you look at like all the chaos that happened throughout, a century, he predicted them all. And I thought, okay, let me ask ChatGPT, if I were to buy the S&P following his chart, when to buy, when to sell, could I, like, how much return could I make instead of the 10% that you make over 20 years? And he like ChatGPT said, I mean, he gave me all the scenarios. Like he gave me a ton of scenarios. I played with it, and he said, there's no way you can beat being in it and staying in it. And he explained why. And he gave me the numbers. He gave me the comparison, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. So you better stay in it long term, because you're going to live the up and the down, but over time, you're never going to be able to catch up on the times where 1 month it goes super high. And then anyway, so the best bet is to stay in it. So I agree with you, Des. You're right. If you stick with one, eventually it pays off. And I'm living proof of that.
Hindsight's a great thing, isn't it?
Yes.
I wish I could change some of the things I've done over the years.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we can change the ones coming up, at least.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Good. So, yeah, we have a good company. I mean, if you look, and I say good, it's a great company because, I mean, Taisha Noni stood the test of time. It's been around for over 25 years. And when you look at that, then you think, man, how can a company survive all these years and still thrive? And it's because they have amazing product that people consume on a daily basis. And so that eventually, stays. And you look at RX, it was really the growth of that company, attracting people, the compensation plan that's unique, the Bill of Rights that attract leaders that want to stay loyal to a company and build long term. So all those things create like a tsunami, right? Where you've got so much components coming together with now the system of growth that people plug into. I mean, think about this, a system of growth. If you go back many years ago, there was a company that came up with the Dead Doctors Don't Lie tape. And people were sending this tape by mail, and they blew up a company. Like the company exploded because that system was simple. Everybody could replicate it.
I still got some. I still
yeah.
got those tapes in the basement.
Dr. Wallach. Dr. Wallach.
I think that's what it was. Yes. That's
Longevity.
Yeah, longevity. So there was that. There's been, what was the other one? I try to remember. There was another system that came up. Anyway, that'll come maybe later. But that's what it was. It was, all those systems were not like I would say, business opportunity centered. They were product centered. And so what happened is you were able to get customers, and the business builders wanted to get the system to build a customer base. And this is what we're experiencing right now with the system of growth. Because I said to many people that most people are not content creators, right? Most people, I look at my father, he doesn't create content. He doesn't record himself on video. He doesn't post things. What he does is he shares things, right? He just click the button share. It goes to his wall. That's all he does. That's the majority of people online right now. And if you have a system that people can just copy, paste, post, I mean, you've got something pretty powerful. And then we can tap into the warm market of 100 people, 1,000 people, and so on. And that's why we've seen this explosion in the growth of our company. I mean, 400% growth in the sales of the drops in 1 year. That's insane. And for over 400,000 title advancements. It's just crazy.
Is that the Slender X product? Is that nothing's changed? That's the product, the same product?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one you have like I think in New Zealand,
Day and night.
in Australia, I think it's the day and night drops, which they have the same results. It took them over a year, I think it was a year and a half to develop that formula because they wanted something that would not be less effective than the other one. And as a matter of fact, the day and night drops are a little bit more effective than the Slenderized program. And I remember Deanna, she was on stage in Korea, and she says, Stephane, what you're going to hear here on stage, don't repeat it. And because she was going to share that they are more effective. And anyway, so they are. And I think you're launching or already launched the Snap drops.
Yeah, I just had to play around with it the last couple of days in Australia there, and yeah, I think they are. Yeah. I couldn't see it on the website, on the New Zealand website, but yeah, they're talking about that.
Yeah, well, the reason they came up with this formula is because of Japan. Japan, they don't like the dropper because you take it out, you put it in your mouth, drop the thing, so it contaminates. So the Japanese are very, like, everything needs to be clean, like no contamination, nothing. So they had to come up with a product like this so that there's no issue with contamination. You just take that's one use. But we see that it's creating a buzz. Like a lot of people would like to have that, and so they're looking at maybe bringing it up in the US as well. But yeah, that's the one you have. So it's the same thing. What's inside is the same product. It's just the format of a container.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I think they're just, as I say, they're just launching that. So I guess that'll be on the website. I have to check.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here, and we're pretty excited, and we're just thinking. I mean, we have to take advantage of this huge wave. It doesn't happen frequently in network marketing. It happens, once in a while in a company. But when you see over 400,000 rank advancements, something's going on. Like there's something happening. So, and we talk about momentum. Like every company says, we're in momentum. We're in pre-momentum. Well, we're not in pre-momentum. We're living it right now. This is it. Like it's really happening. So we're not predicting. We're living it. And so now what we're doing is we're bringing it around the world. So we're showing the system to other teams and different markets. And it takes a little bit of time for the leaders to embrace a new system, a new way of doing things. So that's why it hasn't spread like super quick. But I look at our team in France. We have many teams in France, and there's one who embraced that system. And like we have many people on that team that never made a single sale, and they've been starting to make sales. And they just can't believe it. It's like the easiest thing they've ever done. They say, before I was wrapping up my mind around how do I create a post? Like, what do I do? How do I track people? I mean, they worked hard, not getting as much results as copy paste posts. They're getting customers. So So it's an incredible system. So we're gonna use it until we come up with something new. But for now,
That's the boards, isn't it? The board system on board.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a look yesterday. One quick question. I already had boards, but it was
Okay.
under a different email address.
Okay.
And Marcus, you sent me it, and I loaded it, and it's showing. But then I got an email last night saying I had to use Des and Own Your Own Life, which is my other email, which
Okay.
I use for partners code. Will that affect it if I don't use that? Do you know, or yeah,
Yeah.
because I already had an existing boards, but it was under a different, wasn't under
Well,
the email address that my partner's code was under.
yeah. So Marcus could just send you the link again to join, the board,
Yeah,
and you can
yeah,
join from
yeah.
whatever board account you have with your email. Just click on it when you're logged into the correct account, and you'll get in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
The
Yeah,
question, Stephane, when I log into boards on the computer, I don't have the invite at the top, add members.
Okay.
On the phone it does. On my
Okay.
phone it does. So is there a secret I'm missing?
I didn't know there was a secret about that, but let me check on my side. Well, the thing with I'm an admin, so let me check on another board. Just gonna test here. Okay, so if I go to this one, select no, share, link copied to board. Okay, so what I did is when I get on the computer, on the right side, there's a share with the arrow to share.
Yes.
So if I click on that, it copies the link to that board so I can send it to someone.
Right.
So I think that would be the way to add members. So you wouldn't necessarily go and click add members. You would just click on that share, send the link, and they can join the board.
Okay.
I think that's how it is with this one. Because if I look on let's say my phone, just to see the difference, let me go to that board. Yeah, so that one, so this one has members at the top on my phone. But on the computer, it's just the share button. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Good.
Marcus sent me a couple of videos, and I've had a look at those. Tell me, in terms of, are people buying the drops and sending them out personally, or are they or are they still sending it through through the system?
It depends on the market. So in the US, they buy bulk orders. So they have a bunch of products and they sell them by themselves. And the reason they're doing that is because they're able to get a better price. And then they pass a little bit of saving to the customer. But in Canada, we don't have the drops registered yet in Canada. So they come from the US website. So we cannot buy in bulk. We cannot resell them. They're not for resale. And the same in France. Well, in France, they are registered, but it's different because in Europe, especially in France, if you buy products and you resell them, you're taxed on the amount you collect, not on the amount you collect less expense. So they don't want to do that, right? They just want to send a link and get commission because otherwise it would be taxed at the full price. So we are doing the system of growth without bulk orders, both in Canada and in Europe. And it works perfectly because, I mean, if my customer wants to get the drop, I don't have to say, well, send me the money and then I ship it to you. I just give them a smart link and they place their order and that's it. So it works as much as the other one.
Okay, cool. Okay. No, yeah, I saw the video and that's what they were saying. They were sending it out manually, which I thought, adds work, especially if they don't get it or there's a problem with the mail or whatever. But no, that's okay. What else was I going to ask? Do you guys are you still using Pipeline, or that's gone now with boards? You don't use Pipeline now?
Pipeline funnel? Well, personally, I do have Pipeline funnel, but it's because I have an email list, and I have, I mean, I use some of their tools, but I don't know many people on our team who are using that.
Right.
There's just maybe a handful of people that use it because they want the technology and do different things. But we just keep it super simple with board. I mean, we
Yeah.
always think simplicity duplicates, right? And
Yeah.
so if people have to get into pipeline funnel, learn how to use it, create email list, I mean, it's complex. So I would say for most people,
Yeah.
no,
No, go
board,
yourself.
go
Yeah.
copy, paste, post, and that's it. Now, later on, as your business grows and you see the need for an email list and different things, yeah, you might want to get it, but we don't start anyone with that.
Okay. And one other thing that occurred to me is this like the posts, have they been approved in Australia and New Zealand? The only reason I ask that is our laws are a lot tougher when it comes to advertising and medical claims, that sort
Okay.
of. And I thought some of those, where they say, and they're genuine, they say they lost weight, but whether you can say that in Australia, I know it's a lot tougher, and I know. So, but I'm sure it is, but it was just a thought there because it's got some real good, I've lost this, and it's very specific what they've lost, and I know in Australia and US it's a lot more acceptable than it is regulations in Australia and New Zealand. I think Australia's worse than New Zealand apparently, but anyway, it's just a thought. But I'm sure if others in Australia are using it, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I just sent a text message to Lucy West. She's the one that Australia market reports to. So she's like the big boss. I
Yep.
just texted her. I sent her a message to ask about that. So when she
Cool.
answers,
Okay.
I'll let you guys know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's just a thought. I thought I'd better just clarify that. Yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. We'll figure it out.
yeah, cool. Other than that, what do you recommend I join? I mean, amazingly enough, the system's still there. I mean, I joined as on that top thing years ago, and it's still there. I think there's about, what is their markets, 3,000 odd credits or something still sitting there on one side or something. But so, what do you reckon I should rejoin as? Any recommendation for the monthly subscription? Perhaps buy the drops.
Yeah, I mean, I would say start like with everyone. Um, Yourself, if you need the product, well, then yeah, I would say use
Yeah, yeah,
it so you can get
yeah,
results.
yeah.
That would be step one. Step two is get the board and start posting. We'll get the answer about like the posting thing. Um, but yeah, I would say start with that because that's going to start to bring you some people that you can, get customers on the products, get some results, get business builders with it. And I would say if you already spoke with people about network marketing in the past, I would introduce them to this, right?
Yeah.
And what you can do is you could book a call with Marcus, with myself, and we can, share how the system works. We have like short videos, but sometimes it's good to just talk. And so at one point, if the person shows really high interest, then let's get on a Zoom and let's talk with them and let's start with that.
No, that's brilliant. Oh, no, no. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, I think I've got what's my thoughts. Okay. And you'll send me the link, Marcus, I guess, to join your group, so I can get in them. You've got a group there. Should I join the Australian one as well, just to see what's happening locally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you've got some, if there's events, there's things going on, you want to be connected to the people over there and, participate in some of those. So I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to connect also.
Cool, cool. Do you have many in Australia or New Zealand in your team, or?
Um, no, I do have a group of Chinese who they're different. I mean, the Chinese community, it's just a different, very different group, different way of building. It's like another world. They don't follow the system of growth. I showed it to them, but they're really into like medical things. And so what they do is they talk about all the products and they sell like 30 bottles of Vinali at a time, BioProQ. I mean, they're all into like supplements. So for example, one of my partners said, "Hey, I've got a new customer in Australia. She wanted to place an order, and it's 1,500 points." And I said, "That's a customer?" She says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I said, "Okay, they're buying the products, just consumer, not building the business." No, no, no. They just want the products for them, their family. When they buy, they don't buy for just them. They buy for their wife, their kids, their parents, like everybody. And they don't buy for 1 month. They buy for 6 months. And
Right.
so that wouldn't be helpful because to connect.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sure.
they speak Chinese anyway. So like
Yeah.
some speak a little bit of English, but very, very few. And they build in China. So they have a community in Australia. So they work with their people, and they have their customers and other people in China. But besides them, no, we don't have. You're going to be the first. So let's work together so that we can have a good excuse to fly over to Australia,
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. No, good. That's cool. All right. No, I
Like-
appreciate all that. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't got any more questions. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I'm good. I'm all good.
Okay, and if you have more, don't hesitate. We're here for you, and let's just team up and build something great together.
No, looking forward to it. Hey, appreciate it.
All right, all right. You have a great end of the day or beginning of the day. I'm not sure. What time is it?
Yeah. It's what is it? It's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Yeah, you're Wednesday, aren't you?
Oh, okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
We're 9 o'clock Tuesday morning.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, you have a great day.
I will do. Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take
Thanks,
care, Des.
Marcus.
Okay,
All right.
All right.
See you soon. Catch ya. Bye.
okay. Bye bye.
Bye.